So I don't know why, but God has just placed it on my heart repeatedly to speak about identity, right? And so, you know, I can guess why because we're in an epidemic where people are just not knowing what they are, an animal, a thing, another person, multiple people. And so we're in an epidemic. I want to share with you um what not to do and a couple things to do to get identity. So let me just get right into it. Number one, don't get identity from other people. Don't let friends, siblings, other people tell you who you are. Okay, most times they're wrong. Okay, um, only because you have an insecurity, only because you have something wrong with you, like a deficiency, only because you have something like a stuttering problem, doesn't define you. Doesn't define you that you're dyslexic. Doesn't define you that you have a shortcoming. Okay, but people like to define other people like that, or like that, that encompasses your whole being. Be careful. Don't listen to that nonsense because that's the devil's rhetoric to try to break you down and keep you in a pit, keep you in a cave, keep you in a dark place your whole life, keeping you from um like like making a difference in the world, making a powerful difference in the world and being an impact in the world. So the earlier that the enemy can get to people, the better for him because the younger, they don't know anything. And so they'll just adopt any ideology, right? And any ideology, like any ideology, they'll you tell them anything, they'll believe it. So then don't take identity from other people. But this is the tip that I give you. Go to a mirror, look at yourself firmly in the eye in terms of, the eyes are the gateway to the soul and start to speak life into yourself. Do this every day. And ask yourself, spend time with yourself. Don't be scared to spend time with yourself. Don't be scared to go in a quiet place and just be alone with your thoughts. Be alone with yourself. Don't let that be weird. You got to do that to get to know yourself. Write down certain things that come to your mind. Write down certain things that just bubble up to the surface in your feelings. Write down. It doesn't matter what it is. If you're scared that somebody's going to find the paper afterwards because you're so ashamed or whatever, burn the paper afterwards. But try to be as real with yourself as possible. This is going to help you to find identity. So write down everything that you feel. I'm going to tell you that right off the bat, if you're on medication and if you're on drugs, anything like that, that's going to thwart your identity big time. Your mind starts to become more and more dependent on the chemicals that the drug gives. And so the dependency on the drug formulates your personality kind of thing. So if you don't have the drug, you become irate, you become bitter, you become angry, you become isolated, you get the cold sweats, you don't want anything to do with anybody until you get it the fix. Then you're happy, cheerful, you're happy, you want to be around people, etc. So the drugs right then and there, just want to tell you that it messes with you a whole lot. It messes with you in a lot of different ways. It messes with your mind. It messes with your soul. It messes with your condition, how you look, how you feel, right? How people perceive you, your actions, what you do to other people, all of that messes you up. If you don't do drugs, never do drugs. Run for your life. Trust me when I say that. So then, if you do drugs, demons are attached to the drugs. So I want you to know that. And I want you to get delivered. I want you to get baptized. I want you to give your life to Jesus Christ. Because the spiritual battle behind the chemical imbalances is very real. So a lot of people go to rehabs, and this and that. But, you've heard of the saying, uh, my demons are doing push-ups or whatever. Yeah, there's some truth to that. Right? They know your triggers, they know your buttons, they know how to pull you back, they know how to set you up, they know how to send you the right person at the right time, etc. It's a game of chess for them. They pull you back whenever they want. But if you have somebody bigger like Jesus Christ, having your back, and you have a tied relationship to the Lord, then all of a sudden now you find yourself in the winning side. So Jesus fights your battles for you. And so this is a way to be an overcomer, or as the Bible puts it, more than a conqueror. So I won't make this video very long, but let's make this a video that impacts people all across the world. People that are looking for identity. So we talked about getting a notepad and writing down your thoughts and you writing down your feelings, etc. This is going to give you inventory to really get to know what's going on, the condition that's going on inside of you. The second thing I want you to do is go and look in the mirror, and I want you to be real with yourself. Be real with yourself in the sense of where it is that you want to go. So put that on your journal as well. Write down on the journal what it is your goals are. What is your setting right now, but where is it that you want to go in the future, right? And shoot for the stars. Don't put a limit on yourself. Whatever it is that you think that you would like to do, I don't care what it is, astronaut, put it down. Whatever speaks to you, let it be something, because that's tied into your identity, that's tied into your calling, that's tied into your destiny, believe it or not. Okay, we'll get to that eventually. But write it down for right now, because we're going to get you there, okay? But right now, we're going to get you out of this phase that you're in. This phase is the phase that you're timid, you're insecure, you're fearful, you allow people that name call trigger you. You're always reacting instead of, just living your life in sanity and peace and stability and groundedness, right? You care what people think about you. You care, what they say about you. All this kind of stuff. We're going to go dig deep. We're going to dig underneath and see why. There's an insecurity there. It could be a spirit. It could be tied to a trauma that you made fun of in front of a lot of people, and now all of a sudden it turned into a fear or a phobia. And now all of a sudden when you're around a lot of people, your hands get clammy and you never want to be put in a position where you're made fun of ever again. So now you're acting out in front of other people in a way where it's like you want to come off as strong or cool, so they never pick on you ever again. So this is like it's deflecting, but it's also a defense mechanism. Okay, all of this is stuff that we have to go underneath, right? One of the things that can help you out as well is to let you know that a lot of people out there are acting. There's a lot of actors out there. I forgot who it was. I think it was Shakespeare that said that the world is a stage, and there's a bunch of actors on it, right? And so it doesn't matter if it's a girl, she's acting for the guy. Like these people that wake up and they're all did up and stuff like that. They go out into the public and you think that they just look good all the time and stuff like that. And they walk a certain type of way, talk a certain type of way, and all of this is to gain attention, gain popularity, it's like they feed off of the attention that they get, and the more attention that they get, the more they look at themselves in the mirror and say, well, the bad thing about all of that, there's many things about that there is bad, but one of the things that sticks out to me is that everything's based on their outside features. And so if something happens to them, like an accident, and they break all the bones in their face or something like that, it's like they would feel like they offer nothing to the world. Like their whole identity was based on outside, features, right? So it's like we got to go deeper. We got to have a heart and personality, identity. We have to have an understanding of it, where everything derives from. But I'll tell you where everything derives from. It derives from this up here. And so there's a reason why the battlefield is the mind. There's a reason why you have impulses and thoughts, and there's all these types of feelings and emotions tied into your body. And sometimes it's just that you're going through puberty, and other times it's because you're watching garbage TV and you're showing a bunch of stupid stuff in your mind, and then demons come and they play with those thoughts, and they understand that you don't know who you are, so that they sow into you thoughts like, oh, maybe you're a girl, but you're really a guy, or vice versa. And they play with you enough for you to buy into this whole thing. And they have these feelings, right? The spirit comes with the feeling. And I just want to let anybody and everybody know that this is in the Bible. It's not like you are so out there that nobody can understand you, kind of thing. I'm trying to pinpoint where you're at. I'm trying to talk about every situation out there. And right now I'm on this situation. But if you feel that type of way, I just want you to know there's hope. I want you to know that you are not your feelings. Can I say that? You're not your feelings. Your feelings, it doesn't make up who you are. Because today you feel this way, tomorrow you'll feel that way. And according to how life is treating you, people are treating you, you're going to feel different types of ways. If I bring you Kentucky Fried Chicken right now, you're going to smile. You're going to say, food, boom. All of a sudden, now you're happy, right? You get great news, you feel a certain type of way. You get bad news, you feel a certain type of way. But the point here is this. Your feelings is not you, okay? Who you are is who you say you are. So, what does that mean? It means that, remember when we were talking about like doing inventory and getting your journal and going in front of a mirror and looking at yourself through the gateway of your eyes to your soul? Speak life over yourself. Tell yourself who you are instead of just the greatest mistake a person can do. This is an underlining statement I'm about to say. You want to highlight this. You want to, this is going to sum it up for you. The greatest mistake a person can say, make for themselves is that it comes by accident or it comes with you. These things are built. You build yourself. A house is not built by itself. You build the house. Well, your identity is not built by itself. If you leave it for other people to build you up, they're going to do a funny business with you. Just think about that for a second. If somebody wanted to color you and paint you and speak words of identity over you, and somebody called you gay, and another person said you dress like a girl, and another person says, you're stupid, or another person says you're a nerd, okay? Another person says, and so if they're building your identity, if this is what makes your biology up, this is the way you view yourself, you got a big problem. So who's going to give you identity? You are. You're going to give yourself identity. And how do you do that? Well, very simple. But it comes with practice, and you got to do it every day. Okay? But you could build yourself the way you want to see. And it's fantastic. It's wonderful. It's awesome. It's magnificent, the fact that you can do it for yourself, right? In other words, do muscles grow by themselves? No. But if I take myself to the gym every day and I work out, will muscles grow? The answer is yes. Okay? So there's no difference between that and telling yourself who you are. So like, let's say you want to be a strong, masculine, heroic type of man, the day of tomorrow, one that's a provider, one that's a father, protector, defender, compassionate, and all that good stuff too as well. Let's say that sums up the perfect type of individual that you want to be. Well, then now it's work time. Now it's labor. Now it's like, well, we got to build this guy, because you're not that right now. So you got to chuck all that stupid nonsense, all that knowledge that other people told you that you were. You got to chuck that into the trash. And then you got to take a good hard look. And wherever you're at, you got to be real with yourself and say, this is where I'm at. Right? This is where I'm at, but this is not where I'm going to stay. So it's time to work. So then you go in front of the mirror, and I just find that the mirror works, okay? Because you're looking at yourself. You're spending time with yourself, and you're being real with yourself. And you spend time telling yourself who you are. So like, let's say that's who you want to be, that description of the masculine man and all that I mentioned. And you just say, that's who I am. I am a masculine man that works really hard. I am rich, independent. I am wealthy and powerful. Okay? I carry myself well. I mature, and you continue with the list accordingly to what you want to become. Marvelous results come from this. You start to see that whatever you think about, your mind starts to concoct it in real life. Before you know it, as you tell yourself this more and more over and over again, somebody will come and tell you, you're stupid. And you've been practicing this behind the scenes. They don't know this. And they say, you're stupid. But you've been telling yourself behind the scenes, I'm smart, I'm intelligent, I'm full of wisdom. And they say, you're stupid. You'll look at them like they're stupid. You'll look at them like, dude, I'm not stupid. But what would happen to you before would be like, I'm stupid. Maybe they're right, And maybe even if you didn't do that, you would take it home with you. You would take it home with you, and you would just be like meditating on it, like doubt, like was in the playing field. Well, when you continuously tell yourself who you are, there's no room for stuff like that. There's no vacancy. So you don't allow yourself to be molded by people that don't know how to run their own life. Why? How are you going to give your life to somebody that can't run their own life, but they're trying to tell you how to live your life? Big mistake, man. So give yourself identity every single day of your life. Okay, very important. I have so much more to say, but I know people won't get this far, so we're going to end the video here. But if you like the video, let me know. I'll make more. But this concept that I just mentioned about, doing inventory and writing things down and getting to know yourself in a quiet place and looking at yourself good and stern and giving yourself identity, man, I'm telling you, that's some advice there that's life-changing if you apply it. If you apply it, it's life-changing. You will build the man or woman that you always wanted to be. And there's no room for anybody else to build you, right? Because you know what kind of house you want to look like and be like, metaphorically speaking. You know what kind of things you like and what you don't like. So you'll leave out the things that you don't like and you'll just put the things that you do like. And then you'll become who you want to be. And you'll be decorated on the inside with the type of feelings that you want to feel. Because as long as you're telling this who you are, the feelings will accompany it. So every feeling that you have is because it's an insecurity of yours, that you're meditating on it, you're thinking about it, and then it comes as a feeling. If you resist the feeling, if you resist the thought and reject it and say, I am not that, rather this is what I am or who I am, the feeling starts to leave. And then you're affirming yourself in who you are. Try it and you'll see it works.